How are you, ma'am?
Sound is low.
No, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
But the sound is very low. Very low, ma'am.
Isn't it?
Oh,
How is
No,
it
ma'am.
now? Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Let's begin the session.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, before that, give me your cute smile. Then we can start the class. Okay. And we were going through very tough, difficult topics, right?
yes, ma'am.
Are you reading the textbooks after
Yes.
my class?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I'm asking every day to please go through the textbook and read the textbook. Are you reading it regularly?
Yes, ma'am. 10 page 10 times.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the time. Can I ask some questions to you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one by one, not all together. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Okay,
what
ma'am.
we have studied in the previous class, we just explained about time difference. Do you remember the time difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then standard time. Do you remember? We discussed about the standard time and the
Yes,
time
ma'am.
differences in the country. And how do you feel? All the countries we have the same time in the world?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
No.
definitely time difference is there. Okay. The time of the different countries is measured. Different countries' time measured related to the
Greenwich Mean Time.
Yes, ma'am.
Greenwich Mean Time.
Okay. Now we back to India. Our country, India.
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 Think about our country, India.
India.
What do you think? Our country has many meridians or only
Yes.
one meridian?
Yes,
Many
many
meridians.
meridians.
Many meridians. Our country like India has many meridians. So places on different meridians would be
Different times.
On different
Different
time.
time.
yeah,
Different time.
different times. Okay. So there will be definitely a confusion, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So how
ma'am.
can we
Yes,
we avoid this confusion?
We fix standard time.
Very good, very good. We fix a
Standard time.
standard time. A standard time we decide on the basis of
On the basis
Centrally
of
India.
this standard time we can decide on the basis of the centrally
Centrally
particular region. Have you all understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, can I ask some questions related to the relationship between sunlight and the latitudes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Which latitude gets the most sunlight?
Equator.
What about the polar circles?
Very
Little sunlight, very little sunlight. Then what about, 1 minute, still children are joining. What about the tropics of Cancer?
Polar circles.
Yeah, better than polar circles. Okay, very good, nice. Now ma'am is asking, what is the other name for 0-degree meridian?
Greenwich meridian. Meridian.
What is the opposite of 0-degree meridian?
180-degree meridian.
Okay, this 180-degree meridian lies another imaginary line. Very good. And what is the most important latitude? The longest one?
Equator.
How can we mark equator on a globe?
0 degree.
And how can we? What are the other latitudes?
Capricorn.
Cancer.
23.5 degrees south. Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north. Antarctic Circle 66.5 degrees south.
So I think my children are thorough with all the topics that we have discussed in the class. Shall we move to workbook exercises?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And let me ask one more thing, children. There is a calculation in the textbook. Definitely, we will study about that calculation of standard times and calculating the different time in the world, the different countries in the world. By the end of the first term, we will discuss. Not now. Is that fine?
Okay, ma'am.
Because it seems to be very little more difficulty too. So
Difficult.
okay, yeah, difficult. Okay, we will definitely go through that calculation by the end of the first term. Not
Good
now.
afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon. Why are you late to the class, Emil? Now we
Because of the network
the
issue.
work. Yeah, that's okay, fine. So listen, we are moving to workbook exercises. So page number 6. Workbook page number 6, and I have sent the notes through the WhatsApp. Have you completed in the?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I completed.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
whenever I'm sending
Good
the
morning,
notes,
ma'am.
you have to complete the notes.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
It's not morning, baby. This is afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, let's start. The
Yes,
first
ma'am.
question: what are latitudes also known as?
Parallels.
Parallels. Okay, we are supposed to write option C. Have you done it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the next question. Which unit is measured to mark latitudes and longitudes?
Degrees.
Degrees. Degrees. Very good. The dash does not pass through any country.
International dateline.
International dateline.
Have you done it? International dateline. Have you completed?
Yes, ma'am.
I think that last class we discussed the multiple choices, right?
Yes.
Now, the prime meridian passes through dash in the United Kingdom.
Greenwich.
Oh, that is why we used to call in another name. Prime meridian has another name. What's that?
0-degree meridian.
0-degree meridian. And at the same time, one more.
Greenwich
Prime
meridian.
Greenwich meridian. The next question. What is the prime meridian also known as? Greenwich meridian.
Greenwich meridian and 0-degree meridian.
Which imaginary lines are drawn vertically on a map?
Longitude.
Longitudes. Children, that's not a longitudes. That's longitudes. Okay. Longitudes. Hello, Isra. How are you, baby? Sitting so quietly in the class. You're not feeling well?
Yes,
Are you okay?
Yes.
But seems to be very tired. How are you, my dear children? Everybody. Yes. Define equator. Define equator.
The
equator is
longest degree on the globe.
The equator is the longest latitude and it marks 0 degree on the globe. Okay. Now, true or false? The Antarctic Circle is a latitude.
True.
Very good, very good. And latitudes join the north and the south poles.
False.
Then what joins from the north?
Longitude.
Now 10th sentence, longitudes are parallel lines.
False. Because latitudes are parallel.
Yeah, latitudes are parallel lines, longitudes are vertical imaginary lines. Yes. Number 11, the polar circles receives receive the least sunlight on the earth?
True.
Very good. Then, which latitude receives most sunlight? Equator. So, polar circle receives only least sunlight.
Least sunlight.
Okay. Now, we are moving to the next question. Short answer question. The country of Kenya is located between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Describe the position of the sun over this country.
Kenya is
Kenya is
located
on the equator
Cancer and
between
Tropic
Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of
Okay.
Capricorn.
Yeah.
receives
Thus,
the
Kenya
vertical rays
receives
of the sun
vertical rays of sunlight throughout the year.
throughout the year.
Children, listen. Did Kenya receive the most sunlight or least sunlight?
Sunlight.
Most. Because Kenya is located on the equator. Which parallel, which latitude gets most sunlight?
Equator.
Equator. See, Kenya is located on the equator between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. So it receives the whole vertical rays of sunlight throughout the year. Did Kenya receive the most sunlight? Yes. Kenya is located on the equator between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Thus, Kenya receives
Most
vertical,
sunlight.
vertical rays of sunlight. The vertical rays of the sun throughout the year. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, question number 13. Describe the combined effect of the tilt of Earth. We all know that the Earth is just tilted. All of you show me the Earth position, just tilted. A tilted version. Okay. Tilted. Now,
Ma'am, we have to write
wait. Let me explain first, baby. Yeah, 12th question. That answer I have already sent in the WhatsApp, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Till 11.
Till 11 only I have sent.
Yes.
You sent all.
Till 18.
I think the whole lesson I have sent.
Till 18.
Till
Till
18.
18 you sent.
Yeah, that I remember. That till 18th question I have
Ma'am,
sent it
some
to them.
students are chatting.
Oh God, you started it.
They are holding unmute there.
Okay, now let us continue.
Yes, ma'am.
So the 13th question, describe the combined effect of the tilt of the earth, the tilt of the earth and its revolution. We already know what is revolution and what is rotation. You have already studied in 3rd standard, 4th standard. So revolution means the tilt of the earth and its revolution goes around the sun on the different parts of the earth, the combined effect of the tilt of the earth and its revolution on the different parts of the earth. Describe the combined effect. Okay, it has various effects. The most important effect is that all the latitudes do not get same amount of sunlight due to the tilt of the earth and revolution of the earth. All the latitudes do not get the same amount of sunlight. What is the first important effect? All the latitudes
do not
get
get
the
same
amount of sunlight.
sunlight.
It can vary. All the latitudes. Children, listen. Due to the tilt of the earth and its revolution means it goes around the sun and it takes almost 1 year due to this tilt of the earth and its revolution. What is the first most important effect? All the latitudes.
All the latitudes do
All
not
the
get same
latitudes
amount
not
of
get
sunlight.
the same amount of sunlight.
All the latitudes do not get same amount of sunlight. And as a result, different parts of the earth experience varying climate. Have you all understood, children?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
parts did not receive same amount of sunlight. So as a result of this, there is the climate may be different. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
The different parts of the earth experience a different climate. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, one more time, let me explain the question. Everybody, please listen to the class. Describe the combined effect of the combined effect of tilt of the earth and its revolution. The first and the most important effect is all the latitudes do
All
not
the
get the
latitudes
same
not
amount
get
of
the same amount
sunlight.
of the
All the
sunlight.
latitudes do not, they never get the same amount of sunlight, and definitely we know that there will be the climates can be different. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No.
Any doubt, children?
No, ma'am.
So here is the next question. Long answer question. John and Amrita. Oh, they are discussing some of the important lines which divide the globe into smaller sections. John and Amrita
Amarda.
are discussing some of the important lines which divide the globe into smaller sections. Complete their discussion and identify the lines about which they are discussing. They are discussing about parallels and means latitudes and longitudes. Can I select two among you instead of John and Amrita? Yeah. I'm going to select Ale Arun as John. Ready? Ale.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to read the points what John is discussing. Ale will be our John, and I can see one girl I need. I can select which girl is ready. Which girl is ready? Anvia Rose. Yeah, she's ready.
What did you mean?
Yeah. Wait. I'll tell you. It's an activity, baby. It's an activity. We are discussing. Wait, I'll please listen. And Anvia Rose.
Notes.
You didn't complete the notes, Anvia? You have to do it. Okay, when the next class, we will move to, listen, I'm planning to take a class test by next class. You have to complete the notes and start.
Ma'am, I till write 13. I did not write 14.
You have to. And Maria, can you be act like Amrita? Ale can be John and Anne Maria can be Amrita. Is that fine?
Yes.
And here what ma'am is asking, is a small activity. Ale can read the points regarding what John is discussing, and Maria can read the points of what Amrita is discussing.
Okay,
Ready?
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
Ale, you can start.
What I have to do?
You have to read the points what John is discussing with Amrita. Question number 14. Go through the points. I think he didn't complete the notes.
These are horizontal lines. A dash to the equator.
Drone dash to the equator. Drone. Okay. What is the answer, Ale? Parallel. Have you done it, children? Parallel?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody write the spelling parallel. Now it's your turn, Anne Maria. You can read what the point that Amrita is discussing.
These are dashed lines that join the north and south poles. Vertical.
Okay. Vertical. Write down the spelling, everybody. Vertical. 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 Clear? Now come back to John. Yes. You can read the next point, Ail.
They run from dash direction, east to west in.
East to west in direction. Have you completed, other children? If you have not done, you can write now. East to west in direction. Emil, where is your workbook? Look at your workbook. Okay. Now, Anne Maria, you can read.
They run from dash direction, north to south in.
north to southern direction. Thank you, and Maria. Children, everybody check your workbook. Chris, show me your workbook in front of the camera. Have you completed the notes? Yes, yes, yes. I can see. I can see. Good, good, good. Now it's your turn, Ail.
They dash in length from the equator towards the poles. Decrease.
They decrease. Okay. Now, and Maria.
The distance is least towards the poles, and they are dashed at the equator, farthest apart.
Farthest apart. Thank you, dear children. Thank you very much. Others, please give a good, huge round of applause to these children. Now, multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions. We are not at all discussing this multiple choice question because that is related to the time calculation of a time in the countries around the world that we will discuss later. Now, short answer question number 17. Wabank is the name of a person who lives in Aizwal. She wants to talk to her cousin who lives in Austria. Wabank is a person, as a lady who lives in Aizwal, one of the places in our country, India. And she wanted to talk to her cousin. Her cousin in which country, children? Austria. Her cousin in which country?
Australia.
Austria. Does she need to check the time before she calls?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Why?
She
Why?
needs to
Ma'am, yes,
No,
time
because
the
there is
before
a
for
time
calls her
difference
cousin.
between Aizwal and Austria.
Austria.
Yes, definitely she has to check the
Check
time
the
because,
time before she calls her cousin.
yeah,
Because there
she
is
has to
Because
check the
there
time
is the
because
time
time difference
difference
is
between
between
Aizwal and
Aizwal.
Austria.
There is a time difference between Aizwal and Austria. Answer is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we move to next question?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Why do you think the time for different countries is measured related to the Greenwich Mean Time? Why? Give
Time
two
is
reasons.
time
Why?
time is different for places on different
Meridian.
meridians. Every country in the world uses
Uses
a
a
specific
specific
longitude
longitude
to
to
calculate time
calculate
for the
the time
people
for
living
the
there.
So
So
to
to
avoid
avoid
so to avoid
confusion,
confusion.
time
Therefore,
for different
different
countries in measured
countries in
relative to the
measured
Greenwich
related
Mean
to
Time.
the Greenwich Mean Time.
What is the reason actually? What is the answer?
Ma'am,
Time for different. Time is different for places on different meridians. Time is different for the places. Time is different for the places on different meridians. Different meridians experience different timings. So every country in the world uses a specific longitude. Every country has their own specific longitude to calculate the time for the people. To calculate the time for the people living in that particular country. Okay. So
GMT
to
means full form as
Greenwich Mean Time.
Greenwich Mean Time.
So, to avoid this confusion, time for different countries is measured. Different countries' time measured that related to the Greenwich Mean Time. Related to the Greenwich Mean Time.
Greenwich Mean
Clear,
Time.
children? Anyway, we have
Yes.
already discussed all these points in the class. Now we are explaining the workbook exercises. Any doubt regarding this question?
No, ma'am.
What is GMT? Give reason to support your answer. We all know that different countries, the different meridians, the children time is different for the places on different meridians. Time is different. Do you all agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And every country has their own specific longitude to calculate the time for that people who lives in that particular country. And that related to the Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, this confusion, to avoid this confusion, time for different countries measured that they always relative to the Greenwich Mean Time. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, next question. Draw the international dateline on the map given on the next page. Why it is curved in some places? Why? The international dateline is curved. Can you see the international dateline, children? You can see curved line. Why it is curved? Some places so that it does not pass over any small islands in the oceans. So this is to avoid any confusion in date in those regions. Then next, write the names of 4 cities that you would like to visit. Find out the exact coordinators of these cities using the internet, and also find out the standard times of these places that we will discuss later. The 20, the long answer question, we can discuss later. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Because we have not studied about calculating the time in the class. So we can discuss later. Now I wanted to read the textbook page number.
Ma'am,
Close your workbook and take out the textbook.
Page number, ma'am.
Textbook, everybody, please open textbook. Page number 10. 10. Because in the last class, I have asked you to read page number 10 times. After each and
ma'am,
every...
I read.
Okay. Take out the textbook. Textbook, page number 10. Shreya Prasad, she is always keeping quiet in my class. I wanted to hear something from your mouth. Shreya Prasad, you can read. I apply. You start reading.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Mr. Jain lives in Pune. He wants to call up his cousin who lives in the United Kingdom. Before he calls, he checks his watch to calculate that time it is in London. He does not do this before calling his sister in Jaipur. Why does he need to do this? He needs to do this because of the following reasons. Time difference. Every country in the world uses a specific longitude to calculate the time for the people living in there. The time for different countries is measured relative to the Greenwich Mean Time. It is commonly called GMT, Standard Time.
Okay, stop it. Children, everybody underline that sentences. Why does he need to do this? He needs to do this because of the following reason. Before making a call to his cousin lives in UK, he has to check, Mr. Jain has to check the time. Why he has to do that? Because of the following reason. The one is time difference. Time difference, underline time difference. Every country in the world uses a specific longitude. Every country has their own specific longitude to calculate the time for the people living there. The time for different countries is measured as related to the Greenwich Mean Time. It is commonly known as
GMT.
GMT.
Now the next one, Anselin Saji. Read standard time. You can read standard time. Anselin, unmute. Standard time. You can read, Anselin.
Standard time. The time is different for different meridians. A country like India has many meridians. So places on different meridians would be at different times. To avoid confusion, we have a standard time. A standard time is decided on the basis of a centrally located meridian of a region.
Okay, stop it, baby. Everybody underline. The time is different for different meridians. Underline. The time is different for different meridians. Underline. Now, a country like India has many meridians. Our India has many meridians. Underline. Places on different meridians would be at a different times. Underline. To avoid this confusion, we have a standard time. To avoid this confusion, we have a standard time. That standard time, underline. It is decided on the basis of centrally located meridian of a region. Underline.
Ma'am, would you send the notes in the
Yeah,
WhatsApp?
definitely. I have sent it already.
But I didn't get it.
You have to check it, okay? I will resend again.
Okay, ma'am.
So that's all for today. Don't go. Let me take attendance. So many are absent today. Only 27 children in the class.
Ma'am, 36.
Ma'am, only 25. Ma'am, 25.
I'm only 26.
One
Yeah.
included you.
One includes you. So that's only 25 students.
Oh God, what happened to the others? So many absentees. Anyway, I'm taking attendance here. I'm marking, taking a pic from my phone and marking the attendance every day. Don't think that if I'm not calling your name, I'm not taking the attendance. I'm taking the attendance, taking a pic and putting the attendance in the register. Okay. So that's all for today. Bye-bye. Let's
Thank
wind
you,
up the
ma'am.
session. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Go and have your
Bye. Love you.
bye. Love you.
Bye,
Go and have your
Bye.
lunch. And be
Bye.
ready for a class test by Saturday.
Ma'am, it's longitudes and latitudes.
Yeah, the whole lesson you can expect a class
Okay,
test.
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.